Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's the OBee Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Obee. On this edition of the show, we're going to talk about some predictions of some football games tonight and this weekend, and talk about the winter meetings that are taking place in Major League Baseball, some big signings, and a couple trades, and a couple guys that are still out there in the free agent market. One big name and a couple other guys here and there that might be moving on to different teams as the winter meetings are underway and kind of coming to a close here a little bit. So let's just go ahead and dive right in with the football scores. Last week I did not do very good. I was wrong almost all of my picks, and well, it's just the way it is. You know, sometimes you win some and you lose some, and last week I pretty much lost on almost all my picks. So we're going to give another shot this week. First up, we have tonight's game between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. These two teams absolutely hate each other so much. And maybe it's more so the Browns to the Steelers, because the Steelers are like, this is just a pushover team that we dominate. It's not much of a rivalry for us anymore. They're more or less might be rival with Baltimore. But either way, Cleveland fans and the players still do not like Pittsburgh with a passion. We still consider a rivalry whether they do or not. And supporting the Browns jersey here today. Not only are the Browns playing tonight, so it got the Browns hat on. So we're going to re-rocking the Browns, but I don't see it being too good tonight. Cleveland just hasn't really showed much of life on offense whatsoever, and we may be good against the pass on the defense, but we're not very good at stopping the run, and apparently we haven't figured out that we need to run the football more than we need to throw the football. You know, you got Peyton Hillis back, and I don't know if Harstree's back in there, but you got a couple other guys you could use. We just need to learn. If for us to win this game, I think we got to pound the football and control the clock. I think we need to throw out the passing game to do it, but I just don't see it happening. Pittsburgh's just got too many weapons, and let's just go on with my score. I say Pittsburgh 31, Cleveland 9. I don't even see us getting a touchdown. I see us getting a couple field goals and field goals. They'll probably all be from 40 yards or further out. I just don't see us really putting ourselves in much opportunities to get points on the board, and I think we'll keep it close for a while. That's why we'll get our 9 points. But as the second half rolls around, Pittsburgh is just going to dominate. We're going to lose 31-9. The Saints against the Tennessee Titans. The Saints are a very, very good football team. The Tennessee Titans starting to play a little bit better football, but anybody that goes up against the Saints realizes that if you can't stop Drew Brees and all his weapons, you're in for a whole lot of trouble. So that being said, I'm going to pick the Saints 38, the Tennessee Titans 20. I just think the Saints are just going to roll over them, you know, and just put a hurting on them, and they're going to win 38-20. The San Francisco 49ers play at Arizona. This is another good game. It's an interesting matchup. The San Francisco 49ers are playing really well this year. Cardinals still haven't really found very much on offense, but I think they're going to keep it close. But San Francisco is going to come out on top 27-23 over the Arizona Cardinals. The Bears and the Denver Broncos. The Bears at Denver. The way Denver Broncos are playing, it's hard to predict against them. I mean, even if they're down going to the fourth quarter, Denver Broncos find a way to win because they got a quarterback by the name of Tim Tebow. And Tebow's a phenomenal player. I mean, I don't really care for the guy too much, but you know, he is a religious guy, Christian guy. So it's good to see those guys like that do good. And I think Denver will beat the Bears 34-24. I think it'll be close up until the fourth quarter again, where Denver just pulls it away. So Denver will come on top 34-24. The Raiders at Green Bay. Raiders have been an up and down team this year. They've had signs of life, and then there's other times where they just haven't had any life. They got thumped by Miami last week, and I don't see much of a change for them this week as they're playing Green Bay in Green Bay. And Green Bay is just rolling. Aaron Rodgers has got so many weapons, and he distributes the ball so well that I'm going to pick Green Bay to win 41-19 over the Oakland Raiders. I think it'll just be a blowout, and the Green Bay Packers will remain undefeated. The Rams at Seattle. Seattle's starting to play very good football. They're starting to run the football more, starting to pound the ball a little bit more, and the Rams are still struggling on offense and defense. I think the Seattle Seahawks will take it to the Rams 30-13. And finally, and my last pick for the week is the Giants at the Cowboys. And I think this will be a nip and tuck game all throughout the game. But I think when it comes down to it, Dallas Cowboys will snip, will bite, or maybe bite or nip the New York Giants 34-31. And Dallas Cowboys kind of almost can control their own fate. You know, they do have to play Giants twice. There'll be one more after this week. So they kind of own their fate in the NFC East. If they get this one, they're putting themselves in a pretty good position. I think they'll do it. On to baseball news here a little bit. The winter meetings are underway, and I think they're kind of coming to a close. But a big signing, some big signings already. I messed my thing up. Albert Pujols and C.J. Wilson both signed with the Anaheim Angels today. It's been confirmed that they will both be playing for the Angels. So the Angels went out and spent some money. They got a pretty good solid pitcher in C.J. Wilson, and they probably got one of the best young hitters right now in Albert Pujols. So we'll see what happens there. It'll be kind of interesting because they kind of already had a couple of first basemen. What do they do with those? There could be another couple more trades coming out of with the Angels. They might make a couple more moves to bolster maybe their pitching a little bit more, because pitching seemed to be their problem the last couple of years for them. So Albert Pujols to C.J. Wilson to the Angels. Mark Burley gets out of the American League. It's a good thing for the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. They don't have to face Burley. Burley just seemed like he was one of the White Sox best pitchers, so it's hard to see. I'm sure they hate to see him go. But him and Jose Reyes, who leaves the Mets, and I'm sure the Mets are kind of wishing they would have been able to find a way to keep Jose Reyes, but they're not, is they're going to the Miami Marlins. So the Miami Marlins made a big splash in getting Mark Burley and Jose Reyes, and they may not be done yet. There's talks, maybe they're still in the Prince Fielder hunt, maybe they're looking to upgrade their team a little bit more, but that's a big move. And one of the things you're hearing is they're talking about moving Hanley Ramirez, because Hanley Ramirez doesn't want to make the move to third base. Eric Bedard and Nate McLeod are going to the Pirates. They both signed with Pittsburgh Pirates. Not sure how that's going to help what that's going to happen with the Pirates. You know, they're still kind of a team that's kind of searching. They still might have to catch a team like the Milwaukee Brewers, and maybe not so the Cardinals now, but Cincinnati Reds are kind of maybe back in the picture a little bit there. But Bedard, I think, it definitely can help maybe their pitching staff, which has been one of their biggest weaknesses. Houston Street leaves the Colorado Rockies and was traded, and he'll be going to San Diego, where he was dealt to the San Diego Padres. So the Padres and Bell was the other one that went to the Marlins, Heath Bell. So they got Burley and Reyes and Bell down there. So they got three good solid players, and they might not be done yet, like I said. So San Diego needed to fill a closer role. They get Houston Street from the San Diego Padres. David Ortiz is going to stay in Boston. That may have kind of surprised a little bit of people. You know, he's accepted his arbitration, and he is going to remain with the Boston Red Sox for at least for one more year. Angel Pagan was traded to the Giants from the Mets, and the Mets get Ramon Ramirez, and Andre Torres. So the Mets, maybe they're trying to rebuild a little bit, trying to reestablish where they want to go, kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe they still don't really know what they want to do at this point, is they got a lot of holes to fill, and maybe this is one of the things that they can do, is to try to develop pitching and young talent and see what they can do. Both those guys might help them, they might not. Another big free agent still out there is Prince Fielder. and you haven't really heard a whole lot where he's going. But I think with Albert Pujols definitely not going back to the Cardinals, it might open the door for the Cardinals to say, hey, let's get Prince Fielder in here. So maybe they can work something out and they can get Prince Fielder to go to St. Louis, leave Milwaukee to go to St. Louis. I'm not sure how well that'll play. Milwaukee might be like, hey, wait a minute here, whoa. The Cubs may be in the hunt for Prince Fielder. There's also rumors about the Dodgers and Seattle maybe taking a look at Prince Fielder. So Prince Fielder be the next big free agent excuse me, to go sign with another team. Where it will be, nobody seems to know. Some other guys that have kind of been rumored to be moving around a little bit is Carlos Pena, Carlos Lee, and Josh Willingham are the three other big ones right now, and Andrew Jones. Those four guys that are kind of linked to be to one of the different teams. Andrew Jones is considered going back to the New York Yankees, and Willingham right now is kind of linked more towards Tampa Bay. Carlos Pena and Carlos Lee have been rumored maybe going to Cleveland possibly. Not sure how that's gonna fit in. They're trying to work something out, but supposedly there's something that works in Cleveland. There's talks of Cleveland maybe getting making a big splash with either a trade or signing a free agency. The Ohio State Buckeyes, moving on to Buckeye basketball. Buckeye basketball team will play Kansas this weekend at Kansas. So it'll be a good, tough, early matchup for them and see how they respond after coming off a couple games ago for beating Duke, trying to be a good, solid Kansas team. And as far as we know, as of right now, it's still been confirmed. It has been confirmed. The Ohio State Buckeyes will take on the Florida Gators in the Gator Bowl. Coincidence? Since Urban Meyer's at Ohio State? Who knows? But either way, it'll be Ohio State against Florida in the Gator Bowl. Go Buckeyes, and as always, thank you for listening. This is the OBee Sports Talk Show. Have a great day.